Guten Tag, guten Morgen. Bear with me. I just need to go and get some fresh water for painting. We got that. I'm gonna pop that over there because we don't need that. Right, canvas. New canvas. Brushes, they're down there. Incense. Well, I'm all at odds and ends at the minute. Right, I'm going to put some incense on today. Need my brushes up here. That can go in the bin. So welcome to the live, whoever is popping on now. I'm just getting myself set up. And it's a new day, it's a new week. And so I'm starting a new painting. I haven't finished the last one yet, but I've been issued with a task to do a painting for somebody. So their little doggy. So that is what it is going to be. So I'm just getting myself sorted. Get a microphone. Get set up. So yeah, it's a new day, a new Monday, a new week. What's people got planned? What are you taking from last week that you want to change this week? Anything at all? Is there anything that you want to change from last week and make better this week? Anything that you couldn't get done last week for a little bit of self-improvement, self-development? Anything that you didn't get done last week that you think, right, this week I'm going to do it. I'm going to focus my time and energy on that. Every week, every hour, every day, every minute, it's a new opportunity to learn, to grow, to become better, to become a better human, to become a better person, to show more love, to show more care and compassion to those that need it. And every day is a blank canvas. Every day is a blank canvas, and you can start and finish that day on that canvas however you want to. But you want to fill that canvas with as much positivity as you can. Bring as much positivity as you can, not just to yourself, but to other people that are around you as well. Bring a little bit of light into each and every day. And the world, the universe, will repay you in kind for that wonderful gesture. So what are you taking from last week, last month, maybe yesterday? What are you taking from those days that you want to bring into a new week? And you want to think, you know what, last week it was a bit of a washout. It was a bit of a wipeout. Didn't really get much done. Didn't really achieve much. We all have weeks like that. But, you know, you are the brush. You can change that. You can change that and be a much more better version of yourself than where you were. The question is, do you want to? Are you ready to? Do you feel a resistance to? If you feel a resistance to it, why do you feel a resistance to it? We're all here at the end of the day with some sort of purpose. And some are here to sort of show and guide. Some are here to learn from that. So what do you feel you're here for? Who do you think you are? Like, who do you feel you are? Do you feel you have a purpose? And I think the more we can find purpose within ourselves and within our life, the more we create a wholeness within. Howlin' Wolf. Love the name. Hi from Ashington, Northumberland. Hello, Ashington, Northumberland. Beautiful part of the country. Love Northumberland. I'm guessing you're a blues fan by the name. Art Factory. Hello, Art Factory. You don't need to keep repeating the same thing over and over again. You'll only get kicked out and blocked. EJ Ski. Rarest materials is copper and nickel alloy. Fair enough. It's made at 1,000,000 degrees heat and the cool down process is 1 degree per million years. Very good. Art Factory, hello bro, what's up? I'm all good, thank you. How are you? How are you doing? How was last week? How was this week going? How's it shaping up for you? What have you got on? What have you got planned? What are you up to? Any new projects? I'd love to know as well what makes people kind of like get up in the morning. What is it in the morning that you get up for? Is there something that you aspire to do that day, aspire to do that week? Is there something that you got scheduled? Is there something that you're looking forward to? Is there something that you enjoy doing? Are you an artist? Are you a crafter? Are you a musician? What is your passion as well? Write that in the chat box. What is your passion? Think about it. If you don't know what your passion is, then maybe take a bit of time to think about it, and maybe think that that's maybe something that's lacking, something that I need to find. I need to find some direction. I need to find some purpose within myself. And I think in this crazy world, it's very, very difficult to find that. And I think that's why we get tested more and more. Dylan Mitchell, keep up the good work, mate. Thank you very much. You too. I hope you're doing good. Thanks for popping in. Where are you from, Dylan? What part of the world, country, where are you from? So you're probably thinking, like, what's he painting? What new pieces you started on? So I've been asked to do a picture for a friend who's who wants a picture doing of their friend's dog. And obviously I love dogs. So I said, yes, I shall do that for you. So that's what I'm on with. So currently, the picture that I've got is all kind of like the dog running through the grass. So I'm just putting a load of green down for grass for the time being. And that's what I'm on with currently. And I always start off with kind of like a main background colour, and then it kind of like builds up from that in whatever way I feel it needs to go. And I'm trying to add the little inflections of light and shade in the grass as well. So I'm trying to add that in with the colour as well. And obviously, as you get further forward, it gets lighter. So I'm just slowly building up the depth a little bit of it. So just getting some layers. Thanks for the thumbs up and the likes, by the way. I've had a few of them. If you're new to the channel, you've never been here before, then obviously the channel's called The Reiki Journey. And I know currently I'm not doing Reiki, I'm doing artwork, but the channel's more to do with kind of like ways of being able to deal with mental health, anxiety. Obviously Reiki is one of the really good ways of being able to help with that, because it helped me on my journey. But also art and painting, which is something that I do a lot of on the lives. And sometimes it's just nice and relaxing just to watch someone work and someone talk about whatever they might want to talk about on a live. And also obviously it's a space for you to chat as well. It's not just about me. And as I always say in a lot of my videos, my regular content for my regular viewers on here, it's more about a community. It's not something specifically just for me to create, to do whatever with. It's for people to, yes, be supportive, but also to find out about each other and build connections and build community. Because a lot of that helps to support mental health as well. When you know you've got a structure of people around you that can help you on some level, or even just coming here and just talking about whatever you're going through, and doing it in a safe space with other people that are perhaps on a similar journey, and we all find out things about each other as well. When we're doing this sort of stuff, when I'm doing these lives, but I'm constantly learning new things about how people manage their mental health or their anxieties, and then they might learn something about how I've managed mine over the years. But yeah, I mean, community is and this togetherness and this connection is something that really makes us human, basically. And a lot of that's being kind of like pulled away bit by bit by all of this stuff that goes on in the world that really shouldn't be going on, and really doesn't need to go on, but it's there as a kind of a way to keep people kind of like stuck a little bit. So I think that's why I like these communities, not just mine, but there's lots of different communities that help in to like raise awareness and help people on maybe a spiritual journey or become more self-aware and helping their own mental health in a way. I think all these communities are very, very important. And you get them all over. It's not just here, it's on TikTok, it's on school, Instagram, various forms of social media. And that's one of the few, I think that's probably one of the few plus points that social media has, is the fact that you can talk and connect to people on the other side of the world who might be going through similar stuff, or might just need a pointer to something, to try something new. And I think that's a really, really wonderful thing about social media. As much as I don't really kind of like, it's there as a tool and as a use. A lot of people overuse it, and it creates a lot of overstimulation. And again, that can create anxiety just from the pressures of what you see, of what people portray and what have you. But yeah, as long as it's used kind of like in moderation, and it's used with the right intent, and I think that's like everything. As long as it's used with the right intent, then it can be a positive tool for the world. I think now as well, to share knowledge, and to share your business or whatever you might do. People don't really use leaflets and flyers these days anymore. So, social media as well has got it's a powerful way of being able to promote whatever you might do. It really has. So, we've got that in currently. Green. An eulogy in green. I could just leave it as that, couldn't I? And just call it modern art and just well, there we go. But that is, that's the background down a little bit. And I've just tried to create shapes and patterns and indications of grass, not detailed, fine blades of grass, nothing like that. It's just an indication. I might put more detail like towards the end, because the detail is kind of like the last stuff that I do on most pieces of work. To be fair, I tend to just kind of like get shapes down first, and just to get a kind of visual indication or clue of what I'm doing and what I'm working with. So who's here? Who's in the chat? We've got 5 watching. I've had 4 likes. Thank you very much. Thanks for being here. If you've enjoyed it so far, hit the love button. Send me some love hearts. It's nice just to connect and chat and whatever. Yeah, let me know where you're from. Let me know what you're up to. Let me know what you got planned for the day. My lives, I'm normally on live for about an hour usually. Sometimes an hour and a half, depending on how many people come in, and what conversation takes place in the lives, because it can really vary from person to person who comes in, which is good. It's nice to mix it up. So the dog that I'm painting is a kind of reddish tan sort of colour. So I'm just going to, just to begin with, just maybe put some shapes in just as an indication of what's where. Let me just use red, be all right. So oh, that's a bit thin. That's a bit thin. So we've got the heads on a bit of a lean. And the dog is like a Staffy type dog. Staffordshire Bull Terrier, that type of doggy. I got that coming around there, and we've got that coming down to the jaw. Yeah, so the head's on like kind of like a little bit of a lean. So, and I often find dogs really, really difficult to, quite hard to paint. So it's a good project to test me. Like the last project was, and the one before, the flowers that I did, that actually became really popular. I was quite surprised by that, but they were nice, I must admit, if I do say so myself. But I really enjoyed doing them, and again, it was something different for me to. Yeah, so that's on about an even keel to there. So just putting that round to around about there. And then we've got the jaw. It's quite low down. And a big smile. Because these dogs have big smiles. If you know the type of breed that I'm on about, they have like a big wide mouth. Right, and then the shoulders are coming out around about there. Down And that shoulder is around about there on the other side. Yeah, the hardest thing I think about dogs to sort of paint is it's like the face. It's trying to get the face right. So it's trying to get the shade and sort of like the perspective of the nose. So this is like kind of like one I did years ago. This is Rooney. So this is my last dog that I had. But as you can see, it's almost like a cartoonish sort of dog because the nose is like really big, but it actually gives I think it gives quite a good effect, and it sort of emphasises the nose on him a little bit because he did have a really big nose because he was a spaniel and he was always sniffing and what have you. But yeah, it's trying to get that sort of like make the nose look like elongated rather than just flat. I've done a few dog paintings for people over the years actually. I do enjoy doing them, but like I say, they can be tricky. So welcome to the live. If you're just joining, if you're just jumping in, it's fluctuating quite a lot, the figure today. But if you're new here, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the Reiki journey, all around mindfulness and spirituality and healing and Reiki and all those wonderful things that I cover a lot of on the channel, and ways of being able to manage and help your mental health and the different things that affect us with mental health. So if that sounds like something that you would benefit from, then do follow the channel, subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up, and check out the content. There's lots of it here. I started the channel in 2020, I think it was. TSB Pro, you don't care. Well, that's fine. See you later. But yeah, it's been a bit of an exciting journey over the years. That's Hidden Him. You always get to a certain point in the morning, when you've been on a live for about half an hour, and the gremlins start coming out. Because they have now better to do with their lives. I was talking earlier on about purpose, and what purpose and how are you going to improve yourself this week compared to last week? If only that person had been here earlier on to actually pay attention, but they probably wouldn't have given a shit anyway with that mindset. Oh, that left eye is a bit tricky. You always find as well, like one eye is a little bit harder to do than the other. And I think that's because, maybe because I'm right-handed, so the right eye's a bit easier. I don't know. I really don't know. But hey ho. Lovely peaceful surroundings and paintings. Thank you, Turtle. So I'm just using some of that red now just to highlight the shaded bits on the dog's face, around the ears. Is that my shadow? Oh yeah, that's my shadow. It's not on the actual picture. It's funny. So I'll just create a bit of shadow there anyway. Got a bit of shadow there, and a bit of shadow there. Nice big wide staffy mouth. That they're so renowned for, that big wide staffy mouth. Let's just highlight a few of the lighter points. Got some lighter bits around the eyes. That's a bit too much paint on there. Some lighter bits around the eyes, around the nose. Around the eyes again, and around the other side of the nose. A little bit of lightness there. Yeah. So we've got a little bit at the top of the head as well. Bit on that side. body. They're quite muscular dogs as well, so there's a lot of contours and shadow and light and what have you around the body. And the dog's wearing like a red, looks like a harness or something. So we'll put that in. And that's going down to there somewhere, but it goes dark underneath the mouth. So that's interesting. Right, so then we've got this on this side, which comes round and down as well. But then we've also got that shadow from the mouth to be aware of. That's a nice little addition. Gives it a bit of depth. So for that, we'll use a brown. Just a little bit of brown, because there's not a lot of, well, there's obviously the nose and the eyes, but there's not loads of dark stuff on this painting. So from underneath the chin down to about, well, down all the way down the middle of the body. There's that big dark section of shadow from that big mouth of that doggy woggy. Nose, do the nose while I'm here. Too much water. Still too much water. Come on. Sort yourself out, brush. just as an indication for now. The good thing about acrylics as well when you're using them is you can kind of like just block colours in, and then as kind of like a starting point, and then you can worry about all the details after. But you just put the colours in just to give you an indication of, right, okay, that's a bit of dark, that's a bit of light. Yeah, you just get your light and your shadow in, and then you can sort all the other stuff out afterwards. And that's the good thing about acrylics, is that they're so forgiving. They really are. Not like watercolors. Like watercolors are pretty tough to use, because as soon as you've got the paint on the picture, on the paper, it's like it's there, and there's not really a lot you can do. You can kind of like, you can sponge it and you can mop it up, or you can use some kitchen roll or some toilet, some tissue or something like that to try and mop any excess colour up or whatever. But once it's down, it's pretty much down. Whereas with acrylics, you can just kind of like, you can either just, if you paint them heavy, you can just scrape them off and start again, or you can just paint over the top. Whereas watercolours, because they're quite thin, it's quite hard to go over them in a way, really. We're very quiet this morning though. There's not many of my usual morning viewers this morning, I don't think. They normally say when they're here, so I don't know. Right. Let's get a bit of tiniest bit of white. I always end up putting out too much of the white, and then it's just wasted. So, and you don't need a lot of the white. So the white is obviously just going to be for the lighter areas. So we've got a nice pink tongue, but at the minute I'm just going to put some white on that. And then we've got some light bits around the nose, on the snout. So I'm just going to put a little bit of white there, just for a bit of something. Just gives it a bit of another kind of dimension and feel. Jiramu? Kifil? Hello? Sorry if I pronounced it wrong. Welcome aboard, welcome. It's all very quiet in here this morning, there's not a lot going on, so I'm just kind of like just here, just painting, just hanging out, just saying hello to whoever pops in, and kicking people out that are being abusive or not very nice as well. So that's always a bonus, being able to do that. It's okay, not a problem. But lovely to have whoever joins it, if whoever watches live, thank you for popping by, even if it's just for a few minutes. Because I think that little bit of just quietness, just stillness, just in your day, in your morning, in your evening, whatever time of day it is, just coming in here and just chilling with some gentle music, some artwork, some gentle chat if there is something going on, but like I said, there's not a lot happening today. It's very quiet in here today. But it's nice to just be and not have to feel a pressure. It's nice to just be and not have to feel like you have to do anything. I think there's enough pressure in the world, for everyone to be doing this, doing that, or you haven't done this, you've not achieved that. Why haven't you got this? Why haven't you got that? Oh, it's just massive, isn't it? It's just crazy. So and I think, just giving yourself that opportunity to just sort of just disconnect from all the illusion of what you think the world needs you to be, and just actually be who you want to be authentic, and be caring and compassionate, and be supportive and support other people, support those that you love, or give support to people that need it, rather than a lot of people that are always there just wanting to point a finger or make fun, or oh well, they're a bit different or whatever. I think we should be embracing people that are different, and not people that are just kind of following a trend or following the next arsehole in front of them kind of thing, and being a bit different. Because that's what makes the world so unique. It's what makes you unique. It's what makes life unique and amazing, is just by being a little bit different. Doing a great job. Keep it up. Thank you very much. Very kind of you to say. Thank you for popping in and sharing some positivity. I think everyone's doing a great job wherever they are, wherever they're at in life. You're doing what you can do currently, and there's enough pressure out there in the world to be more of this or be more of that, or earn more money or be more successful, and all that sort of illusion. Really, it's just an illusion. the thing is as well about that is, like, I'm not saying, like, don't try and be successful. I'm not trying to say, like, just don't bother, and just don't do anything. That's not what I'm kind of like saying. But success comes in so many different forms for so many different people that there's no one right or wrong form of success. It has many different coats, many different meanings for wherever somebody may be at a certain point in life. It could just be the fact that you've managed to get up today, you've managed to put some clothes on, you've managed to go for a walk, you've managed to do a meditation, you've managed to maybe give yourself some words of positivity, you've looked yourself in the mirror and told yourself that you love you. For that is success. That is a big step for a lot of people, just to be able to do that. And if that's where you're at, that is exactly where you're at. I see a lot of people across social media that are just straight away, they're just kind of like, well, if you haven't done this or you haven't done that, you're a failure. Well, no, you're not a failure. You're exactly where you need to be. You're exactly where you're at. As long as you're doing something and you're trying, that is where you are. And you can't condemn someone for trying. Eel for real, what's up? Hello there. I'm just kind of like just talking to myself, really. Not a lot going on, not many people in, so I'm just here, just painting, chatting away to myself, just whatever pops into my head, and yeah, just hanging out for a little bit. I do that. Yeah, I think it's good to do that, isn't it? You get more sense out of yourself, I think, sometimes. Hang out with your cats and talk to yourself. That sounds good to me. That sounds good to me. I've just been kind of like just rambling on, really. Just saying something similar about what success is for different people, and it depends on where the person is. Depends on what they think success looks like. And I was just like sort of like just chewing the cud with myself and just yakking away to myself, and just saying that, like, success has many different coats, and it can mean so much more to different people. It doesn't just have to be that you're earning so many thousands a month or whatever. That is not always about success. And success for some people can be just the fact that you've managed to get up that morning, you've managed to dress yourself, you've managed to go for a walk, you've managed to have like a shower, or you managed to use some positive words to yourself, you've managed to tell yourself that you love yourself and you're going to achieve something that day. Just having that start to a day with that mindset can really shift where you are to where you want to be, to where you want to become, and to how you want to be. And that took a long time for me to kind of like become accepting of that and to learn from that and to be open to like, just because somebody else has done this doesn't mean that whatever I've done pales in comparison. And sometimes just getting up, talking to your cats, talking to your dogs, talking to your animals, talking to your pets, which are very, very therapeutic because they're always listening and they know your energy. That is success. I think that is success. It really is. And talking to yourself is very therapeutic because a lot of the time you always get the right answer from yourself because you know you better than anybody else. ACJ, morning Ian, good morning. Tech Smart, where you from? UK. I used to be a drug addict that kept overdosing. I thought that was my life. Now I'm a gym guy and been sober a bit over 3 years. Well done, brother. That's wonderful to hear. That's amazing. So that kind of like what I've just said there, will resonate with you quite a lot. Have a lot of meaning. We're all on kind of like different journeys, and we all have a different way of getting there, but we're all seeking the same thing. We're all seeking just a level of peace within the mind, and sometimes we try to use things thinking that's going to help us. For me, it was always alcohol back in the day, but we always think it's going to help us, but it never gets us there. It never helps. It just gets in the way more than anything. And I mean, I've never been one for like exercise or working out. I mean, I was always like the chubby kid at school that got picked on and bullied and what have you. So I had a lot of insecurities from that. But now I'm like also a personal trainer. I just think, well, how on earth did that happen? Like, like how on earth did I get to that point? But when I did start going to the gym, there was something about it that just changed what I was feeling, what I was thinking. Even though I was already doing a lot of like all the mindfulness stuff, the meditation, but something needed to change physically. And as soon as I started connecting more to the physical aspects and doing the exercise and connecting to my body, something else shifted, and that's what kind of pushed me on that journey. And it's, we just go where we go. We go where we feel called to, I suppose. I also speak with other people in similar situations to help. That's really good. That's lovely, that. Being of service. No, it's not easy work at all. It is not. I mean, I did have a couple of clients, but I don't have any PT clients currently. It's all therapy clients that I work with, more than anything. But yeah, it's not an easy thing to get into. You're doing God's work, my friend. Yeah, we're all on a path, aren't we? We're all following our divine calling. We're all doing a bit of something to help the next one get to that place. And that helps the next one, and the next one. It's like a domino effect. So thank you for doing what you've done as well. It's lovely to hear, that you're supporting so many, and the hurdles that you've got through yourself with the addiction, and coming to that acceptance that it was time to change. And that's a bitter pill to take for a lot of people, to accept that, what, I need to do something. You're welcome. You're very welcome. I'm sure you've been on one of my lives before, haven't you, Eel? Eel for a Reel. The name rings a bell. Unless you've commented on one of my videos before, I'm not sure. But you'll know what you'll know what my channel's about anyway, I'm sure. Another thing, while we're here, how bad is it over here there in the UK? Is it as bad as the media makes it seem? You don't think you have? Oh, just name rings a bell. So maybe you haven't. Maybe there's another eel out there somewhere. To be honest with you, I try not to get too wrapped into it. I just kind of like stay in my own little world. But the whole digital idea that they're pushing for is a bit worrying. But this is something, that me and a lot of other people were saying during COVID, that that'll be the next thing eventually they'll be trying to push is this digital ID to get everyone kind of like monitored. It's almost like being just like, tagged. I don't know, wherever you are in the world, we have like the antisocial behaviour, ASBOs they call them, where you get tagged. It's basically just like that, isn't it? You're just carrying a tag around with you, and if you've not done anything that they think is right, you're not allowed to eat, you're not allowed to go anywhere, you can't buy anything. They cut off your money, and that's what they're trying to do. That's what they're trying to push forward. I don't think they'll do it. I don't think they'll succeed. But it might just come in another form. Might try and do it in another way. But yeah, I don't think they'll be able to pull it off. But there's loads of kind of like riots all over the place to do with like immigration and what have you. But like I say, I try not to get too involved. I try not to get too involved with it because it's got its own purpose, and it's to like kind of like distract you from where you are, from what you need to do, like for again doing God's work, following your purpose. It's all designed to just blinker and create fear and all that sort of stuff. We've been there that many times before. So whereabouts are you, Eel for Reel? Whereabouts in the world are you? I think everything's just a shit show at the minute, to be honest with you. It's just there's no kind of like feeling of being settled anywhere, is there? Yeah, they want to create division and fear. That's it. That's it. The whole 9 yards. That's what they're all about all the time. We can't give in to it. You're in Canada. Things have been very quiet in Canada over there lately. Is there anything that we need to know about in Canada that's happening? Because I know during COVID with Trudeau and what have you, it was just it was getting a bit kind of like hairy over there, like. And with the truckers, the truckers were doing their bit to stop protesting, to stop a lot of the stuff that was going on at the time. I think like in Canada, the truckers have a lot of power, and it's the same in like over in the UK that the farmers and the truckers have a lot of power as well. And that's the other thing that they're trying to take away is the farming, agriculture, trying to blame all this climate change on cow farts. Absolute bollocks. Seema, hello. Or Salam? Is it Salam or Seema? Salam. Do 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 do. Homelessness is crazy out there. There's so many drug addicted homeless addicts with no help. It's such a shame, isn't it? It really is such a shame. But again, that's that's part of like this whole global thing, is to keep people in this state where they feel that they need to use things, I suppose, just to black out the world, black out what they're feeling, black out their emotions. Oh, thank you, Eel. Yeah, you too. Have a great day. Watch what you're doing and take care, and keep the vibe high. Keep doing your work. It all pays off, and you're helping yourself and helping others along the way. So keep doing, and it's been wonderful to chat, and hope to see you again on another live soon. I've had to kick quite a few people out today. It's not normally this this raucous. I normally just ignore people and then they just bugger off because they get bored. But I must be really pushing the buttons today because the little gremlins don't like it. And you always find that when you're talking about something or you're doing something of service or something positive to help people, to help humanity, to help people find themselves, that the gremlins come out, you know, and they try and create issues and tension and what have you. But it's only because they're so insecure in themselves and don't know who they are, and they're looking for the same thing, but they don't know where to start. But instead of asking, they just throw ego. What I'm painting this week? Well, I'm trying to paint a doggy. So this is the picture that I'm working from, and I'm just putting colour down at the minute. But that's kind of like where we're up to at the minute. But there's a long way to go. There's a long, long way to go. And he's trying to get the colour, that sort of like tanny colour just right. It's a strange colour to try and replicate. I'm gonna try using this. I'll try using a different. Because I thought, oh, I'll use a bit of brown and a bit of red and a bit of yellow, and that'll kind of like create the colour that I want. Nah, it's not having it. So I'm going to try. No, that's not. Yeah, it's just the same. Just trying to get that shade right. I just can't seem to get. Just can't seem to get it right. What if I just did brown and white? That creates like a lighter brown, but it's not like a tan. I think because it's still wet, I'm going to have to leave it to dry because the paint's still wet. So it's just kind of blended in with the paint in the back. So I'm going to have to leave it for a bit just to dry off, and I can come back to it. I might come back to it like tonight. I might do a live tonight because I haven't done one at 7 p.m. on a night for a while. It's been like 11 o'clock in the morning that I've been coming on and doing a live. But yeah, I might come back on tonight and do some more then. So what's everybody else been up to? What's everybody got planned for the day ahead, for the week ahead? Let's finish this live as I began it and as I started it, you know. So it's a new day, it's a new week. We're into a new month, October. It's, what is it, the 12th, 13th, 14th, something like that. You know, so what we wanted to, is there something from last week that we want to bring into this week? Is there something that we didn't manage to do last week? We want to do it this week, you know, so momentum moving forward. And just bring a little bit more. I think it's easy to lose sight of positivity. It's easy to get sort of distracted, and it's easy to just not feel bothered. So I think having just like that little bit of focus, that little bit of intention as you start your week, moving into a new week, what you want to bring into it, how you want to change, how you want to develop, how do you want to grow from where you were last week or last month. There's always a way, there's always different things we can do to move forward, to grow ourselves, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and physically. So, with all that being said, I'm going to head off. I've been on for just over an hour. So thank you for whoever's been here, whoever's watched, or thank you for if you watched it after the initial live went live. And I hope you've enjoyed. I hope if you have been here and you've subscribed to the channel as well to keep up with future lives, future events, future videos. I've got a video going out tonight at 8 p.m, which is scheduled. I can't remember what it is, but there is one going out. ACJ trying to get back on track after moving. Good. Yeah, you will get there. You will get there. It's a big process. Moving home, changing location, going to a different environment. Yeah, so it's a big process. It'll take time, but intention, attitude, focus, moving forward, it'll all happen in the fullness of time. So thank you for being here, and look forward to speaking and seeing you all again soon in another live in the near ever present future. Toodaloo for now. Take care. Namaste. Bye bye.